Hi, I'm Annika Johnson from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go. Welcome to another episode of Door County Girl. Today we're up at Larson Jill's goat barn with all the goats that don't usually go on the roof, and especially these two goats. This is Kit Boots and this is Rolf, my brother, and these are all the goats. So Kit's gonna do a little question and answer, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna do our usual once a year, sometimes twice a year, depending on how many questions. We answer questions from people that submit them to me either via mail@aljohnsons.com or people who just comment on things on YouTube, because we don't comment back on it. It would take a lot of time and I like to
I do go on there occasionally. I like to read the comments.
I love to read them, yeah. I actually wait and then read them for this episode alone. So there's
some stand out more than others,
oh, yeah.
and some of them are a little argumentative. It's kind of fun though.
It's all right.
I like it. I think it's funny.
We are open for any kind of discussion.
And sometimes they're right, we're wrong.
Yeah. I could start off with that one if you want, because a lot of times in the episode, just to put it out there, I made a couple speaking mistakes. I said, we were talking about the Food and Wine Festival is what I called it, but it was Uncorked Summer is what it's actually called. That used to be at Ellison Bay, and I said Ephraim. So it was just mental error more than that. I just didn't know where it was.
Yeah, in other words,
I've been to it every year. I love Ellison Bay.
Don't take everything we say for double check what we say.
Sometimes we just are idiots and don't say the right thing.
Just like everybody, we make mistakes too.
Yeah,
so, absolutely.
We never mean anything by it.
So I'm not doing it in any particular order. So I've got some great questions here. Well, I'll start off with the big softball question. Teddy from Upton Lakes says he loves watching every week and he wants to know who the Stabur Beer Garden manager is. So that's the first part of this two-part question.
Our Stabur beer manager is Bryn Busselmeyer. She's been with Al Johnson's for a long time. She started out as a hostess, waitress, dining room manager for many years.
Boutique manager for temporary.
Yeah, boutique manager, and my dad always referred to her one of her right hands, or one of his right hands, and she's been phenomenal in the past, and she's phenomenal now. She runs the bar and does a great job.
Yeah. Yep, and
She's
she has
awesome.
a nephew, Chase, that we talked about, that all the ladies want to know if he's single. That's her nephew, and he's the assistant bar manager when Bryn's not around.
But
but Bryn runs the show.
Yep.
And then also he was wondering if his band can play at Stabur.
Kit, you're the musician. I think you're probably more apt to answer this one. I don't get involved with the band part.
I will give you the absolute lowdown on how to try and get to play. Please, the first thing is you need to submit to mail@Al Johnson's and do it early. It needs to be in like November or December. Freddie gets all the bands. He does a wonderful job. He listens to all, people send like YouTube clips of them playing. Actually send music, send what you sound like, that kind of stuff. You just can't say, hey, I'm an Americana band and I played at this bar once.
Yeah, being a musician himself, he's kind of that music kind of guru.
He picks really great bands and he chooses the list and he has everything organized, but you need to get it in a lot earlier than you can't come in April and say, hey, we'd like to play this summer.
But we do have Sunday nights. We have open mic night, and the guys that play on Sunday night love it when other people want to join in. So that's a really good opportunity to come on in.
And if you sing, great. There's a great DJ there. He plays wonderful guitar. If you play guitar and you don't have yours, he'll borrow you one. They got a drum set there if somebody wants to sit in. There's an opportunity for you.
Yeah, open mic is a really great time to sort of go out there. And even if you're just traveling and you're with your family and you you're an awesome musician, you play in Nashville all the time, and you just want to come and play a couple songs, that's a perfect place to do that.
Yeah.
Nashville or karaoke
Or
behind the
karaoke,
shower.
yeah.
Who knows?
You know,
Or
it's so funny,
at
I
home
was
by
sitting-
yourself.
Yeah.
I was sitting on my mom's dock, which isn't too far away, and my dog was swimming, and I could hear the band perfectly from the Stabur because it was a still night. And the guitar player who was playing that night was so unbelievably good on the Sunday night open mic night that I hopped on my bike and rode down to go check it out, and it was a kid, like a young kid with long hair. I don't know who that was, but he was amazing. So you never know
There's
who's
some
going to
great
jump
talent
in.
out there,
Yeah.
and most of them don't think they're any good.
No.
And they're just.
But they have
Yeah.
fun when they get up there.
They're modest.
So, yeah.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
That little baby.
Oh, Sven from Chicago
Like the name.
wants to know, other than eating at Al's, what is the one other thing you should do in Door County?
Oh, just one other
Ooh,
thing.
wow.
He's one top thing, yeah.
Well, this is where we all get emails afterwards killing us because why didn't we
I've got
say?
a really great political answer for this one. Because I think it is the answer. But you guys go first. I'll go at the end. We'll see.
I always had a list of things. You know, I'd say you got to go catch a sunset at the shoreline up in the way northern tip, and grab yourself a bottle of beer and sit on the dock. That was always my favorite thing
It's
to
beautiful
do.
up there.
And the sun is always just in the right position at the.
And there's new owners, so that would be really nice for everybody to go pop in and say hello.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a new owner in Door County, you know.
Yeah, it
they don't
is.
know anyone. They're just up there trying to make a go.
Sister Bay Beach is another great spot. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're just looking for a day out, you know, and I would catch a sunset down there. We used to always say, remember, Annika, we used to always meet down there when the kids were all tiny.
Yep.
And we'd say, we're going to go set the sun. We'd all meet down there about 7:30 and wait till the sun would set and applause afterward.
Yeah.
But I would say the best thing to do in Door County is catch a sunset.
It is pretty awesome. We have the best sunsets, I think,
So,
around.
do you
You know,
believe-
for me, it's hard. Everything for me is about the water. If you don't come up here and you don't enjoy something with water, on the water, doing something, kayaking, windsurfing, kiteboarding, I hear a lot of surfing now. Now they have the foils.
I know, I'm excited.
Stand-up
anything,
paddleboards.
stand-up paddle boards. You can go snorkeling and look at shipwrecks. You can rent boats. You can take a sailboat ride. You can take a cruise if you don't know how to drive a boat. I mean, something on the water. Take the ferry. I mean, it's fun to even just go on the ferry. I just like being on the water
And
or
if you are,
in the water.
if you are a landlubber, though, there's some great nature trails to walk too. They got the zip lines.
But they
They've got,
take you to the water.
eventually, you're
Yeah.
going to go by water.
Yeah, so
we're
if
on a
you-
peninsula.
If you're here in the summer, keep your suit on and
Yeah.
you can just jump in everywhere.
Yeah. So
it's awesome.
that was basically, you guys covered everything. I said just experience nature the way you
Yeah,
love it.
nature is the big deal up
there.
here, I
Hiking, boating, sunsets, everything about that.
And take some back roads. You'll find your own little
Yeah.
special niche.
You're not
too.
going to get lost.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I see a lot of people getting that angry, mad driving through towns. There's a lot of beautiful back roads.
And slow down.
Learn how to drive on those because those are really pretty, and you'll find some cool little mom and pops art galleries
some
that
neat
you would never know
places
are
too,
back
yeah.
there.
And like Kit said, you're not going to get lost. If you don't even pay attention to the direction you're going, you're going to end up somewhere where you recognize sooner or later.
Yeah. for sure.
Yeah, there's all kinds of junk on the side of the road for free. You know, you can grab yourself a little something, something.
Yep. So at Cash Mopar, who has commented on a lot, had a lot of
What's his
comments.
name?
At
I
Cash
think I
Mopar.
secretly know who they are. I think there's someone up there, but
Cash.
at Cash Mopar, so like Mopar parts, I would assume.
Right. I've guessed.
You need to interview his favorite bartender, Phil.
Everybody loves Phil. Phil is like who's the boisterous one that would be in Cheers? Who's the one everybody goes to see? The little girl. What's her name?
Oh, Carla?
Yeah, he's the Carla of the Stabor.
Although he's not full of sarcasm as many people are.
No,
but
he's
full of personality.
Oh,
and he's
he'll-
been a bartender in Door County. Everybody remembers him from some other bar everywhere, and now we got him.
Yeah.
and
And
we
he
love the
loves
guy.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's amazing. I always say he looks like Dick Van Dyke's brother. That's
You know
they
what's
go,
so
which one's
funny?
Phil? I go, the guy looks like Dick Van Dyke's brother.
Okay, you know what's so funny about Phil is, you know, when you start talking to him, he's a car guru. He knows everything there is to know about cars, engines, you know, years, makes, models, whatever. Talk cars to him if you don't have anything to talk about. Talk cars, or if you have questions. The other thing people don't know about him is he doesn't seem as old as he is.
Oh, watch out
And,
there.
Oh, geez,
You know,
killing
and
that.
I know, but I'm telling you, he looks good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's had knee replacements, hip replacements. He told me the other day that he went to this place and got lenses put in behind his eyes. I mean, he's like the bionic man.
Bionic bartender.
Yeah, the bionic
He's the
bartender,
bionic
Phil.
bartender, and he looks great, and
Yeah.
he's super friendly, never in a bad mood. So, yeah,
Yeah.
Phil is
Yeah,
wonderful.
they're right. We should interview Phil.
I think that would be a good one,
We'll
yeah.
do an episode on him one day.
If
Yeah.
he's-
No,
If game,
I
if
think
he's
we
game.
need to do like a focus on one individual that's been with Al's for a while. It would be sort of fun to do.
Yeah.
So Slingshot episode. Got a lot of comments on the Slingshot episode. John Beck wanted to know if the Slingshot was 1, 2, or 3 wheel driven. I actually I called Thor on a lot of this. Well, there's
No,
three
there are three
wheels.
wheels. It's only one
But
wheel
it's a
drives.
belt drive on one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then we were also called out for not going on the road or having live shots on the road. Well,
Yeah, what's up with that? I wanted to go for a ride, and I got to ride around the parking lot. What's happening?
I'll back up Bill. It's hard to shoot those
I
shots
know.
safely and do it the right way and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, you
so
know, Thor-
Bill just can't stand on the roof of the car,
No,
and like they did in
Well, you know, one
Teen
day
Wolf.
you could put a little GoCam on there, like a GoPro, and have it just go around with Thor one day.
that
and
would be
take a
pretty
little-
cool too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
They're
Yeah.
awesome, and I see them everywhere. I'm noticing them everywhere.
And then we had a question about the helmet, which I talked to Thor about also. He's required by insurance to make you have a helmet and wear it when you leave.
He can't enforce it.
He can't enforce it. Whatever you do after, that's up to you. He doesn't say do this or do that. It's up to the individual and what they want to do.
Okay,
so.
if I see 9 of them out of 10, one time I think I saw someone wear helmets. Otherwise, no helmets. But that's choice.
It's people's choice, and they're
Yeah,
allowed to do
that's
that.
choice.
And I'm fine with that. And yeah.
Yep.
We won't weigh in. The Nordic herb dip episode, which Rolf and I did, and it actually just
I missed
showed
that one.
recently, or no, a while back. So, a guy from Sweden said he's lived in Sweden his whole life. He's never heard of the Nordic veggie dip that we made.
So an imposter, perhaps.
No, I'm
just
thinking
kidding.
it's legit.
I agree.
So I was the one that had that recipe, and it actually, I did get it off like I made a variation of something that I saw from a Norwegian recipe. So maybe it's just in Norway, not in Sweden. I don't know. But it wasn't made up or that we tried to term it or something like that. We take some privileges on some things, but like it's stuff that we've known or something based off of something that is Scandinavian, which is a pretty large, area. For
And
the
you
most
got to
part.
remember too, there's a lot of recipes that belong in families, and another Swede will come by. I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah.
Because it was their great
Yeah.
grandmother's
Or
recipe.
they came from somewhere else. We just found out a few years ago back in the news. It was a national news that the Swedish meatball was actually a gift, perhaps, from our friends in Turkey.
Yeah.
And every time a new J1 comes to visit us from Turkey, the first thing I do is thank them.
Yeah. So this brings up a great opportunity. Anybody in Sweden, if you want to send us your awesome recipe or something like that, send it to us.
Yeah.
Mail
We
at
would
Al
love
Johns.
that.
We'll give it a shot, yeah.
Yeah, we would love to try something new or just say, hey, look up this. You could just say, you could send us the name and I'll look it up and see if I can find something. We'd love to like pass on culture and ideas and try something really new anyway. So we're open to anything.
And we 3 like to eat.
Yeah, we if you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Also on that same episode, we talked about Al Johnson's like openers or appetizer parts for the all-inclusive menu that used to be when I was a kid cooking here.
Yeah.
And Marilyn 631, her go-to was tomato juice.
Yep.
And then she gave a huge shout out to the German chocolate pie at
Yeah.
the end.
Oh,
which
yeah, everybody loves
that
German
was one that
chocolate pie.
people went crazy
Yeah.
for. I know. all the
I got to
workers.
say, I'm pretty sure, unless it's still out there and somebody could correct me, in Door County anyway, I think we were the last restaurant to have the full menu where everything was inclusive.
Yeah.
Then the trend was to go a la carte. But Kit's mentioning the time when he started working there, and you ordered a dinner. You got soup and salad. You got the main
No.
meal,
You're
super
already
salad.
wrong. No.
Appetizer first?
Yeah, appetizer
What
first.
was the appetizer? Sherbet
Okay,
float?
so if I was going to wait on you right now, I would say, would you like the hot soup, the Swedish fruit soup, the tomato juice, the pickled herring, or our sherbet float?
I love
Which was a
the
little
sherbet
apricot
float.
juice with a rainbow sherbet scoop.
I love the sherbet
And then the
float.
next question would be, would you like French ranch in all our salad
Blue
dressings.
cheese.
Would you like mashed potatoes, French fries, baked potato, or American fries? And the next question is, do you want pickled beets or applesauce? And then you're done, because we already have your drink. But at the end of the meal, then we would come up and say,
Clear the table, and then
just
you say,
so you know, your dinner comes with dessert.
well, normally I said, would you like something else? And they say, no, I'm stuffed, but your dinner comes with dessert. Oh!
Well, they usually don't. They're so full that they ask, can we take it with us? There was a time when we said, no, you can't take it with you. But then we said, yeah, let them take it with them. They paid for it.
Sure.
So like today's samples would be maybe like for always cherry pie, rice pudding with strawberries, cherry pecan bread
German
pudding with
chocolate
cherry
was a very
sauce,
popular
German
one.
chocolate
What, do we
pie,
have
banana
fresh
cream pie,
raspberry
which is
pie?
my
Oh, do we have
favorite.
fresh raspberry
Raspberries are
pie
in-
now?
Today we just started serving fresh raspberry pie yesterday, and you can order a whole fresh raspberry pie if you order a day in advance. And sometimes you just have to call the restaurant and place your order.
You can pretty much get any of the desserts you mentioned a day in advance. If
Sure.
you,
Any of them.
Yeah.
If you want a German chocolate pie, you can order one, but you got to give them a day in advance warning. You know.
Our baker, Johnny Ostrand.
Poor John's gonna get
Yeah.
inundated.
But
He's gonna
he
love
gets
this.
in there plenty early, and then he looks at his list.
Like for instance, today I went in to grab a cup of coffee, and what does John have sitting on the counter for all of us? Coconut, oatmeal, walnut, chocolate chip cookies. Chip cookies. So of course I had like 5 already for breakfast, but oatmeal counts for breakfast, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Sure.
it does, especially
Okay, I'm
cookie
good.
form. It's just
Yeah.
easier. It's like a
Had a
granola
little
bar.
fika this
Yeah.
morning.
Okay, let's see, next one. Sorry here. Charlie Eckert episode. This was a really loved episode. A lot of people could see Charlie's passion when he spoke about teaching the kids and stuff like that. I just wanted to read what Tim and Nancy wrote. It says, so obvious to say Charlie is our Mr. Holland's opus. To be true, he exceeded Mr. Holland. Our children he touched are better because he was their teacher. You're special, Charlie, and for your years were well spent. Thank you from the parents, for sure, from the students. I was fortunate. My son learned how to play the saxophone this year from Charlie. It was his last year, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
I've
is
known
an
him for a
awesome
long
guy.
time, so yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
and he was just playing at our Goat Fest in this band.
Yeah.
Bacchus Lotus.
Yeah.
Look,
Yep.
yeah, and-
Yeah, if you get
Yeah.
a chance, they are playing
Yeah.
all around Door County. So if you come up and visit,
Yep, and
check it
Zephyr
out.
Caesar's their lead singer.
Yep.
She's amazing.
Yeah. Pick up the Door County guy, or what's the Door Living? What's the new one every week? Pulse, the Pulse.
The Pulse.
And you
Yeah.
find out where the Bacchus Locust is playing.
There's
Go check
such-
it out.
yeah.
You will not be disappointed.
Such good music up here. Yep.
So the Ridges episode that Annika did, it was a 2-part episode where she saw the Ridges Center and then also went on the walk. Some people were surprised that Annika's never been to the Ridges before, so that was interesting. But the side effect of that is actually there was like 3 people that said, hey, I've never been to the Ridges. I went, it was great, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
You didn't go to the Ridges
she's
with
never
Roy
been to the
Luke?
Ridges.
Ever.
Well, that was a
ever.
field trip with
I've
us.
only been to Toff's Point once.
What?
Once. And it was one time right after Bo died, and I went there and hiked to the point, and someone took a picture of me with my Go Bo in memory of Bo on the back of my thing, and that's one of my favorite pictures, is sitting on the point of Toff's Point. But that's my first time I was ever there.
Mom
and
was
I can
our-
see why she wanted to live out there by herself. It was beautiful.
Mom was our Cub Scout den leader, and she took us out there for Cub Scouts. And I went to Ridges twice, and once in school and once through Cub Scouts. And Roy Lukes gave the tour both times.
Yeah,
Roy
you know
Lukes
what?
did?
And
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so funny because he says Lukes and I say Lucas.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get cruising here. Somebody called out on one of the episodes, said we shamelessly promoted an item. I will put this out there. We have never been paid for anything, or if we actually say, hey, I love Swan potato flour,
I do.
which I do, it's because we love it. So if somebody thinks that we're out there for like extra marketing, and even we dial it back even on our own products,
You know,
a
I think
lot.
because these guys cook a lot, they've used a lot of different products. And it doesn't matter what the name is; it's the product that works, that they love, that's
Sure.
the best, that works
And there are
for what they're
times, and there are
trying to
times
make.
I'll use a Bob Mills product. They
Yeah.
make that, and it probably works as well. I don't know, but in a pinch I use it. But I know what I like, and that's my go-to.
Okay, Diane Sunderberg, 4507, asked if Rolf was a vegetarian or a vegan.
Vegetarian. I tried vegan the very first year, and I happened to go to Sweden that year with my best friend Patrick Steves. And after a night, on the town. When I got home, we went to stay with Lillimore, my aunt, my mom's sister, and she made us all fried egg sandwiches, and I was like, I gotta eat these. And other than that, yep, vegetarian.
So I think we just have time for one more question here before we wrap it up here. Swedish butter cookie episode, that was a Door County dude, us. Pat Lovato comments, it's nice to see men baking. John Ostrand from Sister Bay thinks we should stop baking.
Yeah.
And he's a man. Yeah.
That's our
John
baker.
Ostrand is our baker, and he's been threatening to retire for the last 30 years.
We
Every
don't know
year
what
with the
we would
same.
do without him. He's amazing.
Yeah, the
I mean,
guy.
he makes our help lunch every day. He goes above and beyond and does whatever anybody else doesn't want to do. John's like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
From folding laundry to putting away product. The guy cooking
love
on the
him.
line in a pinch. Yesterday I need to leave stuff away from the line. I said, John, can you come over? He's in the middle of baking. Yep, washes his hands, puts his apron on.
And his
boom,
pancakes,
he's on the line.
he's got perfect, he's one of those
yeah.
guys that's a perfect cake.
They always ask me
He's
who's
a
the best.
prankster too, he's a prankster. He likes to pull little pranks and then you won't know for a whole year it was him doing it.
Yeah.
So we have this little thing that we have from Evenson Laundry. When you take a shirt, you take the hanger off, you put the hanger on there. It keeps the hangers all organized.
jeez.
Every morning I walk in, there's one hanger laying on the floor right next to it. And I swear to God, it's John.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm there bitching about
Because
it.
it's this far away, they couldn't put it on
And I'm
there.
like, God, you gotta put this dang hanger. And I know it's Johnny O. And I accuse him every time. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. He loves to drive people crazy, but he's in a good way.
Yeah.
So-
he's the old Dick Burris school.
When
like,
I walk into Al's every morning and John's there, Rolf, I don't mean to complain, but
Oh, yeah. That'll start out a new thing. There's
Okay.
got to be more questions. Come on.
There is more, but we have to wrap it up because we're running out of time for the camera stuff.
what a great day, what a great background.
Yeah.
The goats all came out to greet
Wow.
us.
I like these questions.
Yeah.
Keep asking.
Yeah,
These
please
are
keep on
fun.
asking questions. We still have some left, and we'll
For another
get those
time.
on another
Yeah,
time, another
hopefully you
episode.
can add on to it, you
Yeah.
people out there, especially the ones from Sweden who have like some great recipes, Rolf and I don't claim to be Swedes. Like, we need to learn from you.
Right.
We have Swedish parents and
And
we
our,
have cousins.
our whole
but
background are sweet,
we grew up on ketchup and mac and cheese. I
Yeah.
mean, send it on over. Yeah.
Got a good mix of both.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to end
Well-
this one. Don't forget to what?
Don't forget to like and subscribe at the bottom of the page, and we'll probably join you again for one of these questionnaires.
Yeah, probably in a couple months as soon as we get more questions, unless we
Yeah.
just get flooded, and then we might have to do another one.
It's funny because today we were supposed to do a zip lining episode and a foil where
Lots
you
of-
stand
lots-
on the board
lots
and
of
then
cool
you
stuff.
pump
Yeah.
it. And that's right up my alley. Trust me, I'd be like all over that. That's why Kit probably signed me up. Well, of course, you lift stuff all day long in your job. And then you wake up one morning and
tweak
you
your
just go
back.
turn the alarm off and you snap your back. So right now I'm walking around with Tylenol 24/7 and I'm
Wow.
like, sign me up for an episode, but in 3
Like,
weeks.
I was saying to the kid, I go, sometimes you put on your shirt wrong.
Oh,
and hit your back.
by the way, this is from Monica and I.
It's Rolf's birthday
Rolf's
on
birthday's
Monday.
coming up.
So Kit and I are going to sing happy birthday
Oh,
early.
geez.
So, and on an episode earlier, I talked about having a chef's knife that was a foldable chef's knife.
And I'm going camping.
Oh, yeah. Exciting.
Sweet.
So
Wow.
Rolf is a connoisseur of knives.
Yes.
He never leaves anywhere without this knife right here.
So that's
and it's
an
orange.
early birthday present here.
Well, thank you very much, both of you.
Yep.
I love it.
Wait, tell him what it is.
It's because we talked about it, and Ralph in the episode. I really want one of those.
Yeah,
and I
I
said
did
a folding
say
chef's
a
knife.
folding shelf knife.
So that's what we got him.
And
because
it's
he said
perfect.
And
he
you
really
don't
wanted
know like to comp about brands, but this one's N Camp.
End camp.
N, letter N, Camp.
Beautiful knife. Beautiful knife. Thank
Happy
you very
birthday,
much.
Happy
Rolf.
Thank
birthday.
you
That's
very,
from Monica
very
and
much.
yeah.
Yeah, and then
Tack-så-mycket.
how does the Swedish birthday song go? Ja har man leva, ja har man leva, ja
ja
har
har
man
man
leva
leva.
efter 100 år. And then I don't really know the rest,
Yeah,
but at
it's
the end they go, hurrah,
Hurrah! Hurrah! And then, of course, you drink a shot of
and
best.
then we all drink a little bit of
And
something.
a perfect way to end here. So
Yeah.
All right. Hey to
Hey
everybody.
to everybody.
Fun. Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.